the South African National Defence Force has confirmed that critically wounded soldiers have been brought home from the Democratic Republic of Congo. 14 soldiers died during clashes with the M23 rebels last month as they advanced on the eastern city of Goma. The troops left the DRC via Rwanda, with those needing urgent care arriving in Pretoria this morning. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo is live for us outside the one military hospital. Juniour, good evening to you. This has to go some distance to relieving some pressure on the leadership of the South African National Defence Force. Those questions have been mounting as to when the injured soldiers would return to the country. But overall, what's the reaction to these soldiers, at least some of them, returning home, and when can the rest be expected?
Indeed, Xoli. Let me actually start with that last question that you just asked right now about when we can expect the rest. We understand that there are about over 100 soldiers that were also injured that are expected to come back. We did receive confirmation a bit earlier on that they are actually on a chartered flight from Zimbabwe, an Air Zimbabwe flight chartered to come here at Waterkloof. And a few minutes ago, as we were standing outside, we've moved from the one military base hospital. We are now just outside the Waterkloof Air Force Base. As we were standing outside, we got confirmation that an Air Zimbabwe flight has actually touched down here at Waterkloof. We are still not sure if it is indeed that aeroplane that was chartered to bring in the rest, about over 100 South African injured soldiers. So we are still stationed outside. We did see some military police officials who were part of that convoy in the morning that actually drove in with those 4 ambulances and brought those critically wounded individuals. So we did see them drive in now. So we are still just awaiting to see if there are any of those injured soldiers who are going to be driving out, going to that one military hospital. But our understanding from speaking to the DA's defense spokesperson is that there is actually a hangar that has been prepared here at this Air Force Base to try and also attend to those injured, in particular those over 100 injured that are going to be landing here. So we're not sure if all of them are going to be treated here, or if those that have wounds that need to be attended to at a more in a more professional space are going to be then taken to that one military base later on, Xoli. But also there are still a lot of questions being asked around this whole evacuation of these wounded soldiers, because we understand that they were actually taken to Kigali. Even in the manner in which they were taken to Kigali, there are claims that they were made to take off their South African uniforms. All their arms had actually been taken from them, and they were paraded in those streets, and then that's when they were flown back to South Africa. So there are quite a lot of questions that the SANDF still needs to answer when it comes to that. But also there are questions from parties such as your Democratic Alliance on the prioritization of the individuals that actually lost their lives in the DRC. We saw the 14 actually coming back to South Africa about 2 or 3 weeks back, and most of them have actually been buried. But the Democratic Alliance saying that a priority should have been put on those that were critically injured, because we know that they sustained these injuries about a month ago, and we are still not sure about the type of medical care that they were actually receiving in Goma. So there are those questions that still need to be answered by the SANDF, but today the SANDF was nowhere to be seen, Xoli.
Juniour Khumalo live for us outside the one military hospital. Thank you very much for the time being given us.